Hey guys, I'm James and welcome to Make a Slant. Today we're talking about the 5 love languages in marriage, and I have a very special guest. It's someone who I had to you laugh and you're giving it away. It's somebody I had to talk to their assistant, had to work out their schedule.
Who's my assistant?
Seriously? Boy, I tell you what. Can I get my joke? Okay. So, if somebody had to get to their assistant and work out the details, but it's my wife. My goodness. There it is. There it is.
Who's my assistant?
All right. Me. It was me. I had to talk to me. Schedule you in. All right. So, I have my wife with me. Allison, say hello to everybody.
Hey.
All right. So, in this episode, again, with Make a Slant, my whole heart is to help leaders like yourself, Christian-driven leaders, to win at work, but also at home, so that you can be successful in life. To do the things you need to do at work, but you can also have a healthy marriage. You can also be a healthy parent, with hobbies and all these other areas. So we don't just want to be successful at work, because that's not a life fully lived. So with that said, my wife and I, we just want to share some things about the love languages, just really sharing stuff from our marriage and our heart. Again, this is really just a conversation, and you just get to kind of see it, so thank you for joining us, or hear it. But nevertheless, Allison, with love languages, where do you want to start with this?
What are they? Mm-hmm. What are love languages? There are 5 of them. There's physical affection, or physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
Gifts,
Mm-hmm.
words of affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service,
Mm-hmm. Quality time.
Quality time. I knew it.
Yeah, we ran into love languages. I don't even remember when in our marriage. It was sometime.
It was premarital counseling.
Was it?
When we had that.
Oh, that's
yes.
right. Yeah, it was premarital counseling.
And we've never heard of that thing before in our entire lives.
Yeah, so we've been married as of right now for 10 years.
Over
and
10 years.
It's something that, this is something that has been extremely important in our marriage. And it's been something, as you said, that we've been doing for 10 plus years, as far as not just learning about these, but applying them. It's all good to know, but if you ain't doing it, what's the point? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So with acts of service, with love languages, the whole point of and it's from a book. I think it's Dr. Edgerton. I can't remember. But yeah, just Google the 5 love languages. You'll find it. Oh, no, he wrote the book Love and Respect. Never mind. I think Gary Chapman. Yeah, sorry. I read a lot of books. I believe it was Gary Chapman who wrote the 5 love languages. But nevertheless, in relationships, in marriage, it's so funny because it's something you don't think about. How you receive things is different than how other people receive things. So if I'm telling you I love you, I'm usually showing you that I love you in ways that I want to be loved.
Yeah.
And what that book helped us with, and the premarital counseling, was thank you for doing that, but not everybody is loved the way that you are.
Yeah, it showed us how to show each other love in the other person's way so that they would understand that they're loved.
Yeah.
It was eye-opening because I'd never heard about it before. Didn't think about it, didn't grow up with it. Probably would not have ever come up with this idea on my own.
Yeah. But
now that we know it, it has helped our communication, it helped our relationship a lot throughout the last 10 years. Yeah.
Well, don't mind me as I sip water out of my daughter's princess cup. There's toys all around. Again, it's one of those things to where, somebody makes a resource and you and you're unsure whether or not it's actually going to be beneficial. Hey, that worked for you, but they may not work for me. But in the case of the 5 love languages, for us, it's been really instrumental because it's been a foundation of how we show affection for each other.
Yeah.
So let's get into what our love languages are, which I think we took a test.
Yes, I'm gonna guess yours.
Well, you already know mine. There's no guessing.
Okay,
you already know
I'm gonna tell you yours, and you're gonna tell me mine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that we know that it's a test of our knowledge. Because if I ask you when Ellie's birthday is, are you gonna know it? Sure.
It's in August sometime.
This is I'm gonna tell you yours. Yeah. Yours is physical touch,
Mm-hmm.
and
Come on, somebody.
gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. We took it again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was gifts. But when we first got married, it was physical touch and words of affirmation.
Yeah.
What's mine? What was mine?
I've had a yawn, but it's not at the right timing. Yeah, that was a poorly timed yawn. It did feel good though. You know, I'm not gonna. It felt good. I guess my body needed
You're gonna make
that.
me yawn.
Yeah, it was just at the timing. You know.
Okay.
This is a weird
What
question.
was the first two?
I think
what
there's
languages I had?
still your two. There's still.
No, they changed.
I don't remember the changing. I just
Oh.
remember quality time and acts of service.
Those were the first two. Yeah,
Those
when
were
we
the first two,
When we
yeah.
first got married. What
Yeah.
are the new ones?
Quality time and acts of service. Yeah.
No.
No?
No. I mean, you got one of them right. Acts of service is
I don't remember.
Is
I don't
a game
remember the other
changer.
one.
With
I just said it.
gifts.
Gifts.
That was
I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't remember that. Call it red flag. Flag on the play.
Oh, we'll have to take it again. We'll have to take it again.
What do you? Yeah. So for me, it's like, and I think that like this is healthy. Like, what? So when you say gifts, like there are times where I like get you stuff. Like let's say I get you a purse, right? And then that's something. It doesn't seem like it's well received because either one, you don't use it, two, you don't use it, and three, you end up selling it.
Okay, one thing about our family, if we don't use it,
Yeah.
it's hitting the hay.
Yeah.
It's out.
So yeah, so that's my thing is like if it's gifts, yeah.
Well,
so
I
what
do
are-
use. I'm not a big purse person. Like I don't change my purses for outfits. I have an easy little crossbody purse, and I just like live with that one, and that's it. So getting me another purse isn't.
Yeah, but sometimes you'll even ask for a purse though,
I do.
or you will even buy yourself a purse.
Yeah.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like.
Okay. All right. So when I'm talking about gifts, I
Uh-huh.
guess it's more of like when you're out and about without me, whether it's you're on like a business trip or vacation or something like that, or even at the grocery store, and you get me a little something because it made you think of me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that understand? You understand?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
I
going to the
understand
grocery
it.
store and me picking up those little snack
Mm-hmm.
thingies because I know you like those and you don't want to eat like some candy or something like or chips
Yeah.
or something like that. You want to eat something healthy.
Yeah.
So I want to get you something. So I get you those little snack things with little nuts and like cheese or something.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Gotcha. So what I hear you saying is, which this is another phrase we use in our marriage,
Yes.
to make sure that we heard the other person correctly. So what I
Yeah.
hear you saying is that you like gifts in the sense of kind of when I'm away, because and when I get you something because you know that it's like it's me thinking of you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Unless I buy a purse while I'm away.
I mean, you can buy a purse.
I
I'm
don't-
not
I
saying
don't-
you can't buy me a purse.
I don't want to.
I'm saying I'm not much of like a girly girl where I like care about my clothes or like a million purses. Like I just want one purse goes with everything, so I don't even worry about it. I don't have to keep track of like 50 other them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. Okay. Okay. So all right.
Yeah.
Yours is physical touch and gifts. So what are you talking about when it's gifts? Like what do you want?
Yeah, for me, it's something technology, it's some type of video game.
Oh, that's like the worst thing for me because no, I just leave that up to you. I need better. I need like better.
Come on.
If there's any technological thing in this house,
Mm-hmm.
it goes to him.
That's right.
I told him forever that I wanted a bigger TV,
Look at these hands.
and we did eventually get one, but he went all technical. I just said, I don't care what it looks like. I just want a bigger TV. I don't
That's
care.
right.
He's asking me all the questions. I don't care. I just want a bigger TV.
Yeah. So what I love though about like this genuine, like our genuine conversation, right? Like I said,
Yeah.
like we're talking and we're just letting everybody kind of get a peek in. Is like this is something that we have committed to, even in learning, right? So
Yeah.
even like 10 years in, we're going, oh, okay. So like we're understanding, right?
Yeah.
And then we hear what the other person's saying, and then we're trying to lean in to make sure that we can grasp it and not like deflect
Yeah.
it. Because again, when you're talking about your spouse's love language, it's not about you. It's your spouse's love language, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not about me going, well, I don't want to get you anything or I don't want to get you gifts because that doesn't mean anything, but it means something to you.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you that gifts isn't your love language, but it is. But to your point, it's a good thing to ask those questions so that we can get those things.
Yeah. What does it mean to
That
you?
would be that would be meaningful.
Yeah.
Versus like if I'm like, hey Allison, I got you a video game. You know what I mean? It's a gift, but it's not really something that you're looking for. It's not really something that would be meaningful for you.
Yeah.
So I do understand. To that point is like, let's talk about the love languages, but also lean in to see what your spouse actually desires.
Yeah. Like go further into it and ask them more. What is it? Qualifying?
Qualifying questions. Yeah,
clarifying. That's a better one. More clarifying questions.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on the list?
It's how it's helped our marriage through the years. I think it's helped us remember how to show the other person love, because you're always going to gravitate towards your own internal ways to show love, and not necessarily the other person. So I have to make a effort in pushing that and doing yours, because yours is physical touch and gifts. But physical touch, I'm not a physical touch person. I don't want you in my space. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want you to hug me. Really, I'm just not like. Just makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
But I do the physical touch because I will do. I mean, your physical touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had to remember that for yours, because you do like to cuddle. You do like to hug, and you do want me to like get up and kiss you when you come back in the house or something like that. So I have to remind myself constantly to do that, because it's not an internal thing. Like I'm not a hugger.
Yeah.
I'm just not a hugger. So, what about you? Acts of service. I know.
No, acts of service. I think for me, it's how's it helped us in our marriage?
Yeah.
That was a question. I think the biggest thing for me is it helps me remember the thing that, it's really on my heart. It's cool to be quote unquote successful at work.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing the things you need to do at home, then that affects your life.
Yeah.
In a negative way.
Very much.
You want your home life to be a blessing.
And sanctuary too. You want to enjoy being home and want to come home.
And so when you're specifically, love language being acts of service, I think for both of us, it's not our natural thing.
Yeah.
So for me, doing things at home, I'm more driven to do, accomplish goals and work and do other stuff, and not like, oh, well, let me vacuum. It's not that I don't want to vacuum or that I can't vacuum. It's that my mind typically in the natural state, natural flow is like, go work because it's fun for me.
Yeah.
Like, go do something. Oh, you're done with school.
You see that you see as you working and accomplishing thing as an act of service.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that too. I have to remind myself. It's like the gifts thing where we both view it differently. I have to remind myself that even though he might not vacuum or do the dishes as much as I would like him to do, he is working for our family. He is servicing our whole family. He's doing the acts of service by working, by pushing, by going to school and doing all these million of hours of homework and sacrificing that time for us, for the future.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it's helped me to focus more on serving you, because it's not, it's not natural. Just like in marriage, I usually want my way.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's the natural thing for us to want our way without compromising.
Yeah.
But when we don't do that, and when we work together, and when we can focus on the Lord and pray and calm down and to let go, right, and to compromise, then those
Yeah.
things work out. So it's, to me, it's the same thing with the acts of service. It's an opportunity to serve you.
Mhm.
So that's how I see it.
Yeah, it is.
What's next?
What we got next?
Our experience of taking the test again. All right, so a couple years ago.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't remember at all. I don't.
That's funny because you're really good at
I know,
remembering stuff, and I'm not.
I don't remember. So I'm gonna just let you get in the driver's seat on this one,
Okay.
and I'll piggyback with some. Yeah.
Maybe you
Mhm.
jog your memory.
No, I
All
got
right,
some
so
ad libs.
a couple years ago, I want to say it was during COVID
Mhm.
and the quarantine and everything like that. And we were stuck with each other for a very long time with a 6-month-old and a 3.5-year-old.
Yeah, which we loved it. It was fine with me. Honestly, I didn't mind it at all.
I kind of got crazy.
It was great for me.
You were in the office.
It was great.
I was in the living room with the kids.
It was amazing.
Anyway, so we realized he was doing something important or working really hard, or I don't know, something was going on with him, and I was trying to show one of the love language. It was words of affirmation. I was trying to do that for him. So I wrote on the bathroom mirror a bunch of things that I loved about him and noticed that he was doing. I don't even remember like a zillion things that I wrote, but I wrote a bunch of them on the mirror so that he would walk in either in the morning or at night. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came to me and said, "I don't think words of affirmation is my love language anymore." Do you remember that?
I kind of, but no.
So after that, we decided to take the test again, which isn't hard. It's just an online thing.
Yeah.
And we found out that they are slightly different than they were when we first got married.
Yeah, our love languages, at least one of them, half of them, for both you and I, have changed in 10 years. So.
Which is, I mean, it's expected because as you grow and learn and get older and go through different life stages that, obviously things are more important to you in those certain stages.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather stay home in my PJs than go out with friends at midnight.
Yeah.
That was a whole nother thing when I was like 21.
Yeah.
So we realized it was different. So we took the test and now we know a better way to show each other love.
Yeah, I think an important part in that piece, Allison, is communication.
Yeah.
We have so many tools that we've learned and that we try to use.
Yeah.
And it's been so helpful because you don't learn about this stuff. Like nobody, there's no handbook, which we probably should just make one. But because it's not because it's not just one resource that we've used. We use like several different things that just we've learned from different places, and we just use them all together.
Yeah.
Kind of like Subway. You know what I'm saying? We just throw a little bit of that, a little bit of this. But literally with
like
all
meatloaf.
Yeah, I know, yeah, that's kind of good. I don't eat that. But with all of those things together, it has been extremely helpful. So we use the love languages. We also use a phrase from the book Love and Respect.
Yeah, love and respect is a big one.
Then some stuff from our premarital counseling, then some stuff from Prepare and Enrich about the so some of the active listening, making sure that we're listening and repeating. Like that's from Prepare and Enrich. Yeah. So there's all these different resources that we've learned and that we use together, and it's been tremendous for our marriage. Yeah. So that way, when there's like, hey, I don't know if this is my love language anymore. Well, we have the communication skills to be able to talk through that and have a very healthy conversation. Yeah. Versus like, why'd you put those sticky notes on the mirror? Why'd you give me a purse? Yeah. Why did you, you know what I mean? I think
behind it is, you got to look at why is the person doing this? Mm-hmm. They're doing it because they love you. And it might not necessarily be exactly what you would want, but the intention is there. Yeah. Is the meaning behind it. Mm-hmm. Is they are generally trying to show you that they love you.
Yeah. And with using the love languages in the right way and then asking those clarifying questions, it's going to hit each and every time versus, hey, I'm just trying, But like, you got to take that extra step to have those conversations. You got to take that extra step to take, the 5 love languages, like I said, assessment or quiz, whatever. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But it was very beneficial to us. What else do we have on there, babe?
It's just how we use it today.
Oh, how we use it today?
I think it's. I use it as a reminder to show him I love him. Because, mine is acts of service. So I do things for him. I'll clean up his office. I'll do his laundry. I'll do, I do the dishes and vacuum and all that stuff. But I have to remember on a daily basis that that's not his love language. Yeah. He might notice it, but that's as far as it goes. Like, it's not, it doesn't have a whole lot of meaning. So what we do is, we'll have date night once a week, and we'll cuddle up and watch a show or a movie or something, play a game or something like that.
Yeah.
Whenever he's not doing schoolwork, we'll watch our favorite show, Below Deck.
Yeah.
And I hug him once. We cuddle sometimes. We have some really good conversations right before we go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes so good that we're like up to like midnight.
I know, right? Like, we're talking too long. We should probably go to sleep.
But I make a conscious effort every day to do that. To do the things that are important, which is like greet you when you get home, like stop what I'm doing and greet you when you get home, or praying in the morning together. And we do that.
Yeah.
Give you lots of hugs. He told me before we did this that he liked me leaning on him.
I did. So. Yeah, and I think that's another thing is just communicate what you like.
Yeah.
Communicate to your spouse that you like that.
Yeah, and I told him I didn't know that, and now that I know, I will do that more often.
Yeah. That's physical touch. Thank you for leaning on me. Just something that simple. You know what I mean? But I think that's the thing. It's not like, something that's, you're not like breaking your back to try to do something so massive.
Yeah.
Right? It's hey, these small things that actually are meaningful, that don't require that much energy, but it will bless your marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If your partner does something that you like, say it.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. Hey, I like it when you rub my back when we're talking. Mm-hmm. Okay. That can happen more often.
Yeah. So for me, it's funny. I might as well confess to you now while we're recording.
Uh-oh.
I have a confession.
Your love language has changed, hasn't it?
No. I have a confession. So I was driving to the store to get groceries the other day. I got groceries. Yeah. And I was about to pass Starbucks, and I said, man, Allison sure does love a pink drink.
I do.
You know what? I'm going to surprise her with a pink drink. And then I drive up, I'm still on the main road, and Starbucks is over down in the area, and I'm still on the main road about to pass it. I mean, and the line was all out. I mean, it was out the parking lot. It was down in the road.
Right, it goes fast.
The line was in the road.
Not as fast as Chick-fil-A, but they do go fast.
Listen, the line was all the way in the road. And I said to myself,
no.
Well.
I thought you were going to say you got me something and you ate it in the car.
No, I didn't do that. But yeah, so all that to say is, it was a thought that counts, right? Yeah,
it is a thought that counts.
I literally was like, man, that line is, dude, I'm trying to get these, I'm hungry.
They do, that one Starbucks, they do have a line, but they are fast.
I said, I am
They're
hungry.
faster than the other Starbucks.
I'm hungry. I know she'd love one, but by golly, I gotta get these groceries.
Next time. You can get next time.
Yeah, I can get it next time. But I think that, like you said, it's like I'm driving and I went, oh, you know what I mean? Like, so just the thought of, I know that that's your love language.
Yeah.
I know that's what you like, which is kind of funny because I was like, quality time and acts of service, right? You remember when I said quality time and acts of service? But subconsciously, as I was driving, I went, ooh, I know Allison would like it if I bought it for her.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying? I know. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, when you put forth the effort, those things become natural.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's really how we've been using love languages, is that we've been using it for so long that, yes, we're still learning, which we always will, because we're going to continue to change.
Of course.
But for us, it's like we have committed to this. This is, we're very thankful for this resource. And I think I don't think not all the resources are created equal, right? There's not all resources that are as beneficial and helpful and as blessed as this one is. But we just encourage you guys, if you and your spouse haven't really implemented the 5 love languages, I'm telling you, it has. I don't even know where our marriage would be without it, because I would be trying to show you love how I get it.
Yeah.
Which is by physical touch and words of affirmation at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which neither of those are yours.
No.
So we would spend a ton, and then there's the issue is I would be getting upset because it would be like you didn't love me.
Yeah. I don't.
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
I don't know where we would be because I've never heard of it. Did you hear about it before?
Mm-mm.
We've not. I mean, we didn't grow up with it. We didn't. No one's ever talked about it.
Yeah.
We never heard about it when we got married.
Well, again, that's the thing. Like, some people will see it and go, "Oh, that's nice," and then they don't use it.
Yeah.
But like this one, for sure, has been one of the greatest tools that we have ever used.
Yeah, it's something that we have used with outside our marriage too, like our parents or our siblings.
Yeah.
So and you'll notice it in like friends or coworkers or people like that.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else, babe?
Nope.
Hot dog. Well, guys, we hope that you have enjoyed our spiel.
Our conversation.
Our convo. Yeah, thank you for joining us as like we were just talking, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
But hey, again, thank you for watching Make a Slant. Again, this whole thing was on how to use the 5 love languages. You can have a healthy life professionally and personally. Mm-hmm. You can do amazing things at work, with the skill set you have, or whether it's a business, whatever the case is. Yeah. But you cannot do that alone. You need a healthy relationship with your family, and you need a healthy marriage, and it is possible.
Yes.
So keep this episode, save it, listen to it a lot, but most importantly, implement the 5 love languages. Do it. Yes. Also, let me know what you use. Let me know what yours are for your marriage. I'd love to know how you're using the 5 love languages. Yeah. Email me at james@slantmethod.com. I'd love to connect with you. But other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yep. See you later.
Peace.